Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Randy Prizzle's Lincoln Ting with me, Randy Prizzle. I've had to move, because obviously there's a lot of noise coming the other direction, so I've had to move to a different one. But hopefully everything's good with you guys out there, everything good, Shway, Crispy, Ari, first time watchers, season watchers, big yourselves up, you know what to do in the comments if you're feeling this episode. But let me stop yapping on and get into this episode of Lincoln Ting. Let's go. Simi is saying, I know the best spot in town for live jazz music and a spicy margarita. She's singing that song. I've been working all day, now it's time to see her get to the bar, sip margaritas. Be nice to sip some margaritas with Simi if she is that gal for me. But let's move on to see what more she's saying. She's 29, she's a tech recruiter, and she's 5'4". Cool, I should have said a 5'4", but you know, it is what it is. Simi is cute though, she's a cutie. But let's see what more she's saying. She says, we're the same type of weird. If your happy place is the gym, it's not. My happy place is not the gym. Now I know I've said to people that I'll be starting the gym very soon, but there's been a lot of backlash, unfortunately. I got ill, and then the week before that I just wasn't feeling it. So it's just one of them things. But potentially the next week or the week after or a month's time, I potentially will start going. It's just one of them things, getting me out of that funk and getting me in that zone. Because right now, I'm just not in that zone. I'm not doing the travelling around on the London Underground stuff. I'm not in all that zones. I'm not in there. So I need to get myself in that. What she's saying, teach me something about the book you're currently reading. I'm not reading the book currently, you know what I mean? I think I had some autobiographies over there, but I need to get back onto the reading things because obviously a lot of gaming is taking up most of my time or doing content. So this is generally what's taking up my time. So that's just what it is generally. But Simi, unfortunately for her, I just don't think she has that je ne sais quoi for me. It's just going to be a no for me. We come to Bishop. It's a weird name for a girl. Bishop, you know. You know what I mean? King and all of that. Using the bishop and the rook and all them ting and that. But let's see what more she's saying. Typical Sunday involves pretending to be a coffee snob while cafe hopping like it's a competitive sport. Listen, it's good that you want to jump around and do all that coffee hunting, but too much would just make you all over the place. Be bouncing all over the walls like your Tigger and that. Do you know what I mean? Just everywhere, all around, you know. I don't think too much coffee is a good thing. Too much caffeine in the system could just make you just feel like you're completely buzzed. You're in a different dimension, a different place, you know what I mean? So you're just not seeing things clearly, like the song, I can see clearly now, the rain has gone, I can see all obstacles in my way. She can't, because she's blinded by the coffee. The next thing, she's 35, she's 5'4", that's all it says there. She says, I recently discovered that I found a new obsession in paddle. I'm not even sorry about it. Listen, whatever floats your boat, literally, whatever floats your boat. Listen, I don't really know and I'm not really interested in that paddle stuff. So whatever floats her boat in it. Let's move on to the next one. It says, dating me is like a fun, hilarious adventure that's a little busy, but always worth the ride. Shut up and drive, 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 drive. Shut up and drive, 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 drive. So I just tell her, shut up and drive. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunately for Bishop, she just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi for me. So it's going to be a no for me. We come to Barbara. Barbara saying, the one thing I'd love to know about you is, if you had a warning label, what would it say? Random. That's probably what it would say. Random can, I think if you push the wrong buttons, you could get a different Randy. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm a calm person, but if someone really pushes or antagonizes me or really tries to get under my skin, different Randy comes out, you know, and you don't want to see that different Randy. Oh, no, no, no. Because time for me to go hard and all that. Pause. Do you know what I mean? Like the Kanye West song and all that. Time for me to go hard is the hood I'm from. You know what I mean? Alright, she's 34, she's 5'6", she's a business analyst. What more she's saying? My simple pleasures, eating out with great company, trying new hobbies, going to the movies, exploring a new city, pretending to know about art, long walks, and a roast dinner. And she yaps on and on and on. She goes on and on and on. But yeah, the first lot she was saying was generally quite pleasant to her. You know what I mean? Going to company and all of that, hobbies and that, movies, yeah. So yeah, that sounds all good. You know what I mean? She's like a cool, standout chick, literally. You know what I mean? So, and that's what you want. A girl that's just easy on the eye and easy going, like a Sunday morning and that. That's why I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high. You know what I mean? But yeah. So high. Anyways, let's move on. She says, worst idea I've ever had. Trek into Yosemite National Park alone. Or so I thought. Spoiler alert, I survived. Now, obviously I'm guessing national parks are huge. You know what I mean? I've never been to one. So, and you're probably going to come across some bears and some wildlife and animals like that. Do you know what I mean? You go down to the woods today. You go down to the woods today. Any day, today's the day the bear will have his pig. The bear could have snacked on you. Do you know what I mean? Which could have been bad for your family to know that you actually got mauled by a bear. You know what I mean? Eaten up, crunched, like Kit Kat or whatever them snacks are. It just completely devoured you. So, at the end of the day, it's good you survived, but you should never do something like that when you trek into a park alone, by yourself. You know what I mean? Go with a group. But next time you learn your lesson in it. So let's move on. Fortunately for Barbara, she doesn't have that je ne sais quoi from me. And I don't want to get lost in the woods with her, so it's going to be a no from me. Come to Liz. Liz is saying, my love language is, I speak all languages, fluently, everything. All languages, Swahili and all of that, she speaks. Do you know what I mean? Japanese, Congolese, she speaks all of that. That's mad, you know what I mean? Spanish, Indian, you know what I mean? Puerto Rican, they speak Spanish still, but all of that. Dominican, they speak Spanish as well, but all of that. You know what I mean? Colombian, but they speak Spanish as well, but all of that. You know what I mean? Brazilian, they speak Portuguese, but all of that. That's mad that she knows all those languages. I think that's cap. I think she's lying. I don't think she speaks every language, because there's languages that the Aboriginal tribes speak. She probably wouldn't understand them. She goes to listen to them, they're talking their language, she wouldn't hear them, she wouldn't understand. So I think she's trying crap. You know what I mean? She knows multiple languages. That's what she should have said instead, saying all languages. Talking a bit of rubbish there, but let's move on. She's 27, she's 5'1", she's a senior pharmacy technician. Okay. What was she saying? The way to win me over is matching my energy. Now she could be all over the place, like a bottle of Red Bull and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Giving you wings and all of that. I mean, these wings are made to fly, like the Little Mix song and all of that thing. But yeah, next thing she's saying, something that's non-negotiable for me is respecting each other's time and space. I agree. Sometimes you just want your peace and your quiet. Someone just to shut up and let you just do what you've got to do. Just let you have your moments, let you have your time, let you just be in your moment and your space without all of that in your ear. Do you know what I mean? Giving you the brand new flavours in your ear, like she's singing the Craig Mack song. Do you know what I mean? The remix and that. Here come the brand new flavour in your ear. The brand new flavour in your ear. Giving you the brand new your flavour all up in your ear. But yeah, don't really want that. So, but at least, you know what I mean? She's looking good still, you know what I mean? But unfortunately for Liz, just summarising, it's going to be a no for me. Just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. So we come to Milana. Milana is saying, I recently discovered that bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. That's an interesting fact. I didn't know that. She's talking the truth, or she could be chatting rubbish. But at the end of the day, if that's a true fact, That's cool to know. That's very cool to know. And the fact of the matter is that you find that out makes you a very smart woman. Do you know what I mean? But anyone can find that out. It's a book, you read a book, you find that out. But anyways, let's move on. I didn't know. That makes me an idiot, doesn't it? But still. She's 31, she's 5'1", she's an executive assistant at Holborn. I bet you that where she is, but it is what it is. She put that there. That's not my fault. But let's go. Pretty girl still. Pretty things. Pretty things. But need to see what more she's saying. Can't just base it on the looks and that, you know what I mean? Doing a pretty lady, you keep and raise me. Now you chase me on a daily. Pretty lady. Yeah, need to find out more from the pretty lady. So she's saying, my love language is giving and receiving thoughtful gifts. I heard that. That's still cool. Do you know what I mean? To give and receive, that's cool. No qualms with that. So let's move on. Together we could run a movie marathon. That's good. I like that. I like the way she's thinking. You sit, chill, have some time indoors. You know what I mean? Get snuggle under the couch. You can't snuggle under a couch. The bed covers and all of that. You know what I mean? We could snuggle and do all that. Watching movies together and that. Touching each other in different places and that. When the movie's finished. So I hear that. You know what I mean? Alright, summarising Milana. I'm going to give her a yes. Because I feel like she's someone right now that can really get to find out a lot more about. I'm just going to put to what she says, the love language giving and receiving. So that's super sweet of you. Just go with that. Super sweet. She tastes like candy. I can see the way you walk. Even when you talk, it takes over me. You're so tender. I wanna know, can you feel it now? Your body, don't know the words, but yeah, you know what I mean, all of that. Oh, feels so nice. Okay, so like, cool. We come to the last one. Don't want to make these episodes too long, so we come to the next one, which is the last one. Lujan saying, let's break the ice. What did you learn from your last relationship? What do you want in the next? Well, my last one was when I was about 16 or something. So what I learned from that is that sometimes you just can't cope with someone who's very in their shell. You know what I mean? Just don't settle for someone that is too in their shell. And she was completely in her shell. I couldn't really have conversations much with her. Just one word answers. Yes, no, yes, no, okay. Robot sayings and that. But anyways, you know what I mean? That was me when I was younger. But obviously nowadays, I know that I need to talk up more, speak up more, tell her what I'm feeling and all that. You know what I mean? Express myself. Do you know what I mean? Like the NWA song. All of that. Do you know what I mean? But the next thing she's saying, from the river to the sea will be free. Palestine will be free. 100%. I agree with that. Listen, big up the people of Palestine. We see you, we hear you. And free Palestine. Simple as. Next one. Shamelessly sharing one of our strange quirks. I don't know if we'd share quirks. I mean, I don't know if I have one. But we'll find that out, I guess. We'll see. But next thing, she says, together we can talk about history, art, and the universe. Learn and grow, wonder and explore, balance each other, meet each other deep in. Yeah, that's boring. Yeah, I'm sorry, but if we're going to have some fun, I don't need to be reading books and about history. I don't want to know about all of that. That's just long. You know what I mean? Just conversations and all that. But let's not get lost in the sauce where you start waffling on and all of that getting me completely off the books where I just don't want to be seeing you anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because I just want to be having some fun. But sometimes let's have some serious conversations. Let's have fun as well sometimes. All the time it's got to be serious. Where we're just having long conversations about stuff that don't even matter. Do you know what I mean? Because in the end, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, she's 31, she's 5'1", she has a PhD. Well, that's great. It's great that you do, miss. It's great that you do. She says, this year, I really want to survive PhDing. That's great for you. It's great. It's not making much sense here, but that's great for you. So it's the most spontaneous thing I've done. Skydived the day after I submitted my master's dissertation. Have you ever? Would you ever? No, I wouldn't. No. I don't like heights, so that's 100% a no from me to go skydiving. I won't do it. I won't do that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's one thing on the bucket list that I will not do, skydiving. Do you know what I mean? Because man is not here for that. You know, people say, well, you're a pussy. Yeah, I am. I'll take it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not doing all them heights thing. I don't like heights, so I'm not going to be jumping out of no plane. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting on no plane, fool. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's it. For Luan, fortunately, it's going to be a no from me. So that's it, guys. And this is the end of this episode of Randy Prizzle's Link and Ting. Big yourselves up, first time watchers, season watchers. You know what to do below, all of that. And yes, we've come to the end of this episode. Appreciate you guys' time. Thanks to all of you out there for 80 subscribers to the channel. Big yourselves up. You all know who you are. Do you know what I mean? First time watchers as well. If you've seen this, you like the Ting, keep on, share it with your mates. Tell them all about how crazy and insane your boy Randy Prizzle is. Well, cool. Big up yourselves, guys. And you know what we usually do when we finish? Link out, link out, link out.